Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Monday night and happy President's Day to everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. For those of you that took the day off, I hope it was a great one. For those of you that went to work, I hope it was a great one too. All right, so tonight we're going to pick up where we left off last week. Stay in line because it's an inside job. So just to recap really quickly, some of the things that we talked about last week is that psychology tells us, science tells us now that success is 80% your psychology and only 20% the structure, 20% of what exactly do I say and your systems and your tools. And your psychology, we talked about this last week, it's your mindset. Your psychology is your mindset. And what we know is that your mindset will shape your life and it will draw to your life the results that are an exact reflection of your mindset. So your mindset is the sum total of your beliefs and your decisions and your attitudes and your habits, your expectations about yourself, about others, about how you believe life works. And it's the filter through which you interpret, and what you see is what you experience. So important to know this. It's so important to know this because who doesn't want to have success, right? So it's an inside job. So I thought tonight, one of the things that we're going to look at is how does this come into play? Gratitude. What you're going to see as we go through the program tonight is that gratitude is like a fertilizer and it will help to shift your beliefs, your opinions, your attitudes, your expectations. And what I've learned about gratitude, because I've had a very serious gratitude practice for 30 years, is that before we get more in life, we have to be grateful for what we already have. And so we have to be grateful for the paycheck that we already have. And then, of course, we have the goal and changing our psychology so that that will grow. We have to be grateful for the customers that we already have. We have to be grateful for the tools that are in place that are working. Okay, so we need a deep sense of gratitude for what we already have before we will experience more. But what I love about gratitude is that you're going to see as we go through the program that it's a fertilizer for change and it's a fertilizer for growth. So I think this is where, no, we didn't leave off here last week, but we're going to pick it up here. Decision time. You don't have a problem to solve. You have a decision to make. So what does that mean? Is that you make a decision, a clear, unbending decision. You get out of indecision because indecision is absolutely so stressful. And when you make a decision, amazing things will happen to your psychology. So you make a decision and you start setting some goals. So here are some of the things that are going to happen to you when you make a decision and when you set a goal. Number one, expect these things. First thing is coincidences. So Goethe said that the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. Coincidences. And this morning, I do a Monday morning accountability call. And I don't know if Nancy's with us tonight or not, Nancy Hilliard. But Nancy was talking about on the call this morning that she made the decision going into February that she wanted more customers so that she could afford to go to conference. And she had a set number of customers that she wanted to acquire this month. And, you know, this was her decision. She made the decision. She set the goal. And she said the most amazing things happened this month. People were calling her. She would go to something and people say, oh, you know, I heard you speak last month at that sourdough. I'm very interested in Juice Plus. Coincidences? They happen when you make a decision. Expect this, change. What will change? You will change. When you make a decision and you start to move through some fear, and you're going to see what that looks like, you will start to change. You'll start to change your beliefs, your attitudes, your thought patterns. All right? Because everything, my friends, is either growth or decay. And when you make a decision, which decisions are goals, remember this, goals are simply a tool for growth. Goals are a tool for growth. And we all need to be growing because that's what this life is all about. And expect resistance. So there's Goethe. Here's what resistance is going to look like. Expect it. When you make a decision and you set a goal, this is what will happen. Resistance will start to set in. All of a sudden, you're going to say it's a Juice Plus goal. Make a decision. You're going to be calling your upline, your sponsor, and saying, you know what, I'm just too busy. I can't do it. You're going to procrastinate. You're going to be scared into indecision. You will defer decisions. You will lose interest. You'll become forgetful. You'll become disorganized. What is all this? You fog up. You feel paralyzed. You find reasons not to act. You become impatient. And look at number 12. You keep running into naysayers. Okay, so this is what will happen when you make a decision. Count on it. And all this is the subconscious mind protecting you. The subconscious mind's job is to protect you. And when you set a goal and you make a decision, you're going to have to walk through fear. So the subconscious mind says, stop, abort the mission, abort the mission. So what is resistance? Well, all resistance comes from fear. And at the core of all fear is a belief. So what might be the belief? Say number 2, you procrastinate. Well, maybe the belief is I need to be perfect. And if I'm not perfect, then I'm not going to do anything, so you procrastinate. What if you're all of a sudden too busy? Maybe the belief is I'm not worthy. Maybe the belief is I'm really not worthy of success, of possibility. And so you just keep busy. You just keep busy because the core belief is I'm not worthy. Believe me, at the root of every one of this resistance is the belief. What about number 12? You keep running into naysayers. People will reflect back to you your beliefs. Okay? If, say, you're approaching somebody with Juice Plus, they will sense your belief in the product. They will sense your belief in yourself. And what they will mirror back to you is that, no, I'm not on board with that because maybe something deep inside of you is not on board with this. So what if we could reframe resistance and start to understand that maybe, just maybe, it's here to serve you. It's here to serve you. And it's here to show you how you show up in the world. All right, so this is what it looks like. This is my circle of success. All right, at the top, you set a goal. Okay, say that goal is to qualify your business in the month of February. Or say your business is QSC in the month of February, or say it's sales coordinator. Soon as you set that goal and you say to your upline, or you say to yourself and you write it in your journal, this is my goal. Pay attention, the very first thing that's going to happen is the voice in your head. And Henry Hageman reminded me this the other day, I used to call her Nagness. The voice in your head is going to say, stop, stop, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Abort the mission. You will absolutely go into resistance. One of the things that we just talked about. It'll show up as procrastination. It will show up as being too busy. It will show up as naysayers showing up in your life. Expect this is going to happen. But here's the beautiful thing. One of the things that will help you to move through resistance is gratitude. Gratitude for who you are, gratitude for what you already have. Gratitude is like a fertilizer that helps you to move through resistance. So you take a look at what is holding you back and you shift into gratitude. That's why I live my life on paper. I have a gratitude journal, and I'm going to tell you every day I write at least 3 pages in my journal. I live my life on paper. And as soon as you can start this gratitude practice of moving from your head to your heart, where you actually feel the gratitude for who you are and what you have, it will start to shift this resistance factor. Now, remember I told you resistance could be looked as something that serves you? Absolutely. Because we grow in the struggle. If you're taking notes, write this down. We grow in the struggle. I want you to think of, we plant a seed in the ground, and our intention is for that seed to grow into a mighty oak. And we plant it in soil. Think of what that seed needs to go through. Think of the resistance that that seed needs to grow through to become that mighty oak. It has got to, I mean, we water it and there's sunshine, okay, and then that seed has got to push through the dirt and move the rocks, and oh my goodness, the intention of that seed is to become an oak, but it has to move through the resistance. And so do you. You need to move through the resistance. And so to do that, there it is. You've got to get into action. We've got to get into action. And so do what you think you can't do. If you're procrastinating, if you're disoriented, if you're disorganized, you're going to have to move through the fear. Here's a quote for you for tonight. I want you to write this down. I think that this is really tonight's nugget. Don't run away from your fear, because if you do, you are running towards regret. Don't run away from your fear, because if you do, you are running towards regret. So do what you think you can't do. Make the phone calls, send the text message, tell that person your story. All right, don't try to tiptoe around the Juice Plus message. Hey, I'm calling because I thought of you, because you have been on my heart. You've been on my heart for a month and I'm reaching out. How are you? Can I tell you what I'm doing? Can I tell you what I have found? Can I tell you how Juice Plus has changed my life? Gonna come from the heart, guys. I thought of you because I've seen your struggle. I know what this has been. I know what kind of struggle this has been for you and your family. I have something that I believe could help you. I have something that I could believe could help you. Do what you think you can't do. Here's another action step. Speak up and ask for what you want. And then I'm going to tell you guys, as you get into action, as you become grateful for who you are, that's how you start to let go of what's holding you back. So resistance is actually here to serve you, because growth is in the struggle, and you moisten that soil with gratitude and you get into action. And my friends, then you will start to hit some momentum. Why? Because now you're developing the new skills and habits. Now you're developing that 20%. Remember, 80% psychology, 20% skills and habits. And then productivity, and you're growing, and you're almost right there at your goal, and expect it. Resistance is going to pop in again, and it's going to say, abort the mission, abort the mission. But now you know, because what is confidence? You've got the confidence now. And what is the confidence? What is confidence? Confidence is the memory of success. And if you've done it once, you can do it again and again and again. All right, so here's 5 principles that I think really outline what we do. These are fundamental. These don't change. All right, for you to achieve success in any endeavor, realize that no one will do this for you, okay, but you certainly don't have to do it alone. Reach out and ask for support. Every Monday morning, there's about 10 of us that get together on an accountability call, and we share our successes and we ask for support. And I'm going to tell you, that's amazing things. I told this morning, Nancy Hilliard's on the call right now. I'm watching Nancy's morphing from being a student into a teacher. It's just beautiful to watch the process. Remember, isolation is the enemy of this business. And right now, way too many of us are isolating. Hang out with the kind of people that you want to be, not people maybe that you've hung with in the past. Hang out with people that believe in you. Hang out with people who believe in you. Watch what you talk about, guys. Remember your mindset. What you talk about becomes part of your belief system, your values, and your identity. And always respect yourself by taking time for yourself. So we're going to revisit these 5 principles. I'm going to pick this up maybe next month. But right now, what we're going to do, Kathy's going to stop the recording because we're going to get into some digital stuff that's important.